Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Behind Enemy Lines. I am Ben from the Public Enemies Podcast, and we have with us a special guest, the one, the only, Suplex Assassin from MLW, Alex Kane. It's nice to have you, brother.
Thank you for having me. I've been very, very excited about this and very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, we have too, and I've been over the last I say maybe about 5 6 months. I've been watching MLW and seeing the stuff that you guys are doing over there, that you and Myron and all you guys are doing over there, and I'm just like, God, these guys. I'm like, yo, these guys are just stomping motherfuckers out. That's just what it is, just plain and simple. It's like, yo, we're just stomping everybody out.
Got to, man. When you got hoes like Davey Richards running around, you can't show no mercy.
Broke my heart, man. We'll get into that, bro. But yeah, like MLW's been turning up, and I've been seeing some of the stuff that you guys have been doing over there. Uh, I like you mentioned just a second ago, Davey Richards, man. Uh, do you think we'll see you guys get into it again? You think you're gonna get your title back from him, or
Shit, we better. Shit, he over here ducking this rematch clause, and I really don't appreciate it. He says that he's a fighting champion. He says that he's about the action, but it doesn't look like he's about that action. It looks like he's running from an ass whooping, and I'm gonna give it to him regardless whether he wants it or not. I mean, I stole the Opera Cup, and he didn't want that to happen, so I'm gonna take my belt back, and then I'm gonna take the world title from
I was
Hammerstone. Be running around first 2-time ever national openweight champion and the coolest heavyweight champion they'll ever have.
I was literally just about to ask you if you were gonna go after Hammerstone too, because I seen some of you guys. You guys have fought before.
Well, going for one here, but Hammerstone.
I've seen y'all getting into it. So you gonna be the next belt collector? Is what you're telling me?
I'm gonna be the next belt winner. I'm the guy. I know EJ loves to run around Twitter and say that he's the guy and that he's going to be the guy and all this other stuff. And we'll see how that world title match plays out. But I'm definitely the guy. But I don't have to run around this bitch saying I'm him
So
or
every
Hemi Neutron.
so what you telling me is that you don't got to say it because everybody already knows it.
You damn right.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And since we talking about collecting belts and everything over in MLW, uh, do you think that we might see you and Myron link up and go after the tag titles?
Most definitely. I've said it time and time again. The Bomaye Fight Club will be the most dominant fight team in MLW, and we will at least touch all of the gold in MLW. At least I gotta find me a female. A Can we say female still? Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta find me a female shoot wrestler somewhere. I got my eye on one. Um, so we can capture that featherweight
Bro,
championship.
I like it. I like it. You the man with the plan on this one, bro. I like it. We talk about wrestling a lot, and we trying to trying to introduce who you are to the fans. So we gonna ask some some kind of icebreaker questions to kind of kind of ingratiate ourselves. So what do you like, bro? So when you hit the gym, what primarily are you listening to? What genre? What artist?
I really listen. I know a lot of people say they listen to a little bit of everything, but I really do listen to a little bit of everything. I like heavy metal. I like some R&B in there, but right now, I've had that. What was it? Is it Monte Leo? I've had that. What was it Finito freestyle on fucking repeat? And then I just added some Hood Witch Pablo Juan to my playlist because I was listening. I can't remember what song I was listening to, but like SoundCloud will like skip onto like I guess like music that's like what's on your playlist. Um, and that can and the song I think it's him and the Migos, and I was like I really like this. Let me look up more of this because I've listened to him before, and I can't remember the song that introduced me to him. But that's that, and then like there's some like songs that I've heard on TikTok. Like there's a song called Bend. I think it's Bend, or whatever, and it's just like it's mainly the chorus is what caught me, and then he has like a little bit of lyrics in there. But yeah, I really try to listen to a little bit of everything.
Oh, man, absolutely. I feel you on that. Because when you tell people like, yo, I listen to a little bit of everything, they're like, yo, man, it's a cop out. Yo, you don't be listening to everything. And I always say, like, yo, bro, if you want to go through like my history, like on YouTube and like see what I'm listening to, or my like Apple Music, like you are more than welcome to. Like if you hit shuffle on there, you liable to get, like you said, either the Migos or Metallica or anybody, like, and everything in between. So I feel you on that.
Oh, man.
Man, there's just one song on there. You know those videos where the guy walks up to the person and is like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And they'll like tell him, and then he'll play it or whatever. It has the strangest name. It's called "Neutered in Utero" or whatever. It's like death metal, but it gets your blood pumping.
Yo, and we are now joined by my co-host
Man.
CJ.
Hacksaw,
Hey,
him Duggan. I
Suplex
like that.
Assasin, yo, I'm so sorry. Did we ask him the Ray J question yet?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, good. All right.
We're on icebreaker questions right now.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Just, man, duty calls. Grandma was asking me about stuff. Then we turned into one thing. Then turned into nobody talks to her no more. And yeah, I love you, Grandma. I got to go, though. But you said the Bomaye Fight Club General in the building.
Captain.
Captain.
We captain. I gotta
Yeah,
get one of
get him
them
the C.
patches.
Seen the gold C with the 5 stars underneath it.
Damn right.
Man. Y'all talk about that? I want to talk about that, man, because I think first off, Bomaye is it's the greatest name I ever heard. You know what I'm saying, for a fight club. And you know what I'm saying, you with your boy, you know what I'm saying, our boy. Say shout out to the fly guy, my Rye. And yeah, what's up with that though, man? Tell me about that. That's what I want to know about. I want to ask you about that.
Man, I did so. Court Bauer, the owner of MLW, I think it was like a little bit after my first year. He basically had me do like homework / I guess like research. But he had me watch the Muhammad Ali documentary. I believe it's 4 parts. And I mean, I guess you give some people homework and they're like, whatever. But I like watched it like religiously. And I think it was the Rumble in the Jungle, Republic of Congo, and they were chanting Ali Bomaye, and like I got literal goosebumps listening to these people chant this shit. And since I was already like out of American, or I guess now I'm not gonna say out of American Top Team, I dropped American Top Team. I feel like I needed, to create my own fight team, but it couldn't just be anything, and I didn't want it to be like super gimmicky or anything like that. And since I know that Bomaye has been used in wrestling before, I believe in either New Japan or All Japan with Shinsuke Nakamura, but it's never been used in the States as far as wrestling goes. And I settled on that, and it was the best decision I've made. Because those same goosebumps that I felt watching that documentary are the same goosebumps that I feel when I'm chanting it. I get up to 3 times and it's over. Someone's getting fired.
Because, bro, I've seen like the interviews that you do, and like you get more and more intense with it, and like you do something that a lot of people don't do when they make like their own chants and stuff like that. It looks like you're into it just like more than anybody else. Like you're believing what you're saying. Like when you say the Bomaye, it comes from like the heart and the ancestor. And you're like, yo, I'm really gonna fuck this man up.
Man, like that's when we do like the promos and the pre-tapes and stuff like that. Like that's the part that I want to get to. Like everything else, all the other stuff that needs to be said, I don't even care about that. Let me get to chanting Bomaye.
Bomaye, Bomaye. Hey, I like the little shot that you took at that boy Dan too. Yeah, yo, I left American Top Team. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He was never there anyway.
You know what I mean? Man, ain't nobody really been banging Top Team like that since Thiago Alves anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
you right.
you
You
know what I
right.
mean? Coconut Creek. All right. But yeah, but since I already asked the question, so let me get in my big interview question. My interview guy, like cross my legs. Ray J, expound.
Okay, this is a unique question. I mean, he kind of set off Kim Kardashian's like entire career, but like gained nothing from it. But then ended up making a song about how he hit it first, which didn't do him any favors. I don't think it did him any favors. And then it's kind of got to be hard to be in your sister's shadow for the entirety of your career. And I mean, like, yeah, that's probably the hardest part about it is being in your sister's shadow the entire time and never being able to actually come out from under it.
Yeah, man, we tried.
That's a hard life. So you had a sex tape with a chick, and like everything good happens for Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian empire, but nothing really pops off for you. Um, you know, it might be because he had a small appendage, but I mean that is what it is. We all can't be blessed. But then then you have your sister. She's like, no, I mean Ray J's known by everybody, but like it's not for anything good. But Brandy's known by the world for all of the positive things that he probably wants to be known by, are known for, and he just can't reach that peak.
He's like the anti Norwood. You know what I mean? It's like Brandy. He's the anti. It's like, yeah, here comes Ray J. Oh, Ray J, here he comes. Create some mischief. Hey guys, got my glasses that flip down.
Yo, my man dropped one wish and just like, yo, that was it.
That's it. I got that.
That was his one wish, and it also did not pan out as great as he would like it to.
What's up?
I'm like, bro, how you gonna make a song called One Wish and then wish for like 50 things in the song?
Look, you're a liar. Can't trust you. Wrote the song, wrote this album now.
Bro, this is definitely like wishing for more wishes type shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's what he should have did. Instead of wishing for 50 other things, he just said, one wish. I want another wish. And then just kept going on with another wish and another wish and another
did he
wish.
say something?
That could have set him off.
Yo, Reggie just beat the system, man. He got hella wishes in one wish.
Yo. But speaking of Ray J and Brandy and everything like that, like, okay, so this one's kind of like changing. So who deserves a suplex more? Who deserves to get the mark of Kane more? Frank from Moesha or Eddie Winslow?
Eddie Winslow. That was the first name that popped into my head out of those two. Definitely Eddie Winslow.
Yo, fraud, man. He can't sing. He can't sing. Why they have this nigga singing on 12 episodes and he can't sing, son. Eddie, he ought to sing in the front too, and then would have moved his neck like niggas be doing when they be singing and shit, like it's gonna make it sound better. Like, nah, Eddie, get away from Tracy Spencer right now.
Like, bro.
They kept giving him chances, and they wanted him to deliver, and he just never delivered.
See?
Like, why? But I feel like Frank was a terrible father too. Frank was like horrible.
He's had a horrible shape up.
I mean, there's things that can be said about that. I mean, what was his childhood like? How was he raised? That's normally the question. How was he raised? If he was raised in a shitty household, then his household's probably going to be pretty shitty, especially if he doesn't learn anything. But being a crappy singer and getting 12 chances to be a good singer, I'm gonna give him the mark Kane, but not just a regular one. I'm gonna give him off the top.
Bro, like,
Please.
okay, you've convinced me that Eddie Winslow is worse than Frank because like, yo, what you said, that we don't know how he was raised, but we know how Eddie was raised. He was raised in a stable 2-parent household with a family that loved him, and he still turned out shit.
I mean, you can give somebody all the gifts in the world, and sometimes they just don't deliver. Neither one of them could deliver.
Yeah, neither Frank as a father and Eddie as a son. Maybe they deserved each other.
they probably did.
Yo,
every gang member in Chicago beat him up. Like, that should tell you. Like, in one episode.
The fucking Dragons.
Just kind of made up. What side story cartoon gang is that? Nigga, you should have sung your way out of it. You probably started singing. It probably whooped him more.
That wouldn't have worked. It would have beat his ass and then sung, and they probably would have sung it way better.
All right, man. Let's get back on track, man. We'll get back to Suplex and Eddie Winslow. Speaking of Suplex and Eddie Winslow, you think AR Fox will suplex Eddie Winslow?
Yeah. He definitely would. That fucking twisting brainbuster that he fucking does all the goddamn time. Yeah, that would be perfect for Eddie Winslow.
Hey, what's it been like training with him, man? I know you just finally people are just starting to see. You know what I'm saying? Now they're starting to see. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? He's a real one. He's been holding it down for a while. So what's it been like training with him?
Man, training with Fox is. I always tell him that training with him or being trained under him is like the fucking the My Player booster pack that you get in 2K.
You got some tattoos, you know what I mean?
Because like he's wrestled everybody that's on. Now he's on TV, but like even before that, he's wrestled everybody that's on television. He's a wealth of knowledge. A well of knowledge. Who fucking cares? He knows a lot of things or whatever. And he's not just he definitely knows some shit. And he never gives you like his opinion on shit as far as wrestling goes. It's always like somebody who's making millions of dollars told him this, so now I'm going to tell you this. And hopefully you take this and you do something with it. And then just like the amount of talent that he's produced, we won't name the one, but you have Leon Ruff, you have the Skulk, you have all of the A4 kids out here on the scene now who are just fucking tearing it the fuck up. Like he does, as far as like the actual training goes, like he doesn't waste your time, which is not something that a lot of, I guess, like some of these more expensive wrestling schools can say. Like my first day was like fucking like roll drills, and then he was teaching moves, and then the fact that all he does is watch professional wrestling. So like, like when we had that one-on-one time, he was like watching guys that like I admired or whatever, or that I should look at. and like be like, yo, you should try this out. Oh, you should do this. Maybe you should work like this. Maybe you should move like this. So like when it came to like putting everything together, like it was. I mean, like some of like the smaller things or whatever is what you figure out on the road, but like the base of who Alex Kane is, he made putting that together like way easier.
That's shit that you need, man. You want somebody like that's you want like a hands-on coach. You know what I mean? You know, that's what he seemed. Yo, I was so happy for him when he was over there flipping on motherfuckers. The motherfuckers didn't know what was going on.
And like the fact that he has inspired probably several generations, but like especially like I guess actually I don't know. I'm older. I'm probably older than both the guys in Top Flight, but the fact that he's inspired so many and he continues to inspire so many, and that like I know like especially like wrestling in Georgia, like a lot of guys would like shit on him and say that oh it's an AR Fox style, but it's like he wrestles with more psychology than all of you combined, and he still does cool shit. He still does cool shit with all of this psychology
Like,
mixed
bro,
in there. It's a beautiful thing
you
to
were
watch.
100% right, and I've noticed that about him since the first time I watched him. Like he gets his moves in and everything like that. Like he's gonna do the cool shit, but he's gonna tell you a story while he's doing it. He's not just going out there jumping over the
Yes.
top rope, doing a 450 off the top rope. He's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you a story in between there, and like I always liken him to like MF Doom. I'm like, he's your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. You know what I mean?
Facts.
He's your favorite
Like,
3K verse. You know what I
like,
mean?
bro.
You bring him in, just like, yeah, you know this is gonna be good. You gotta sprinkle it on like a young boy verse.
See, now I just I need them to put the AEW championship on him at some point, or the TNT championship at some point. These are things I need to see.
For real, 100%. And speaking of AR Fox and him getting your career started, when you started wrestling, who were the guys that you looked to and that inspired Alex Kane and the style that you come through with?
Definitely Shelton Benjamin. That gold standard run, like the gold standard run, inspired me so much that like as what was I in like tail end of high school, going into college, like I literally changed like my name on Facebook to the gold standard, and then my shoot name. Um, fucking Kurt Angle, Randy Orton was always pretty big for me. I just love how methodical he is. Like to me, he's so good. It's kind of funny because of the pace that he moves with, but like everything makes sense. Um, uh, there's a little bit of Rock mixed in there. There's a little bit of Steve Austin mixed in there. Um, who else? Who else?
Hell
Some
yeah.
D'Lo Brown in there. If I could just master the fucking head the head action that he does, I'd be money.
I see the D-Lo. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw you wrestling, I see the D-Lo inspiration in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
It's subtle.
Sprinkle of D-Lo, man, with a little bit of Shelton in there. Hey, yo, gold standard Shelton was about as pure, just pure Black King arrogance that you could just that you just bottle up every time he walked in there. Like, yup, he just flipped over you like, ha, pay dirt, you lose.
Like he had like the music was dope, the entrance was dope, the look, everything, the swagger that he had, or I guess that he still has. Just like everything was there. I thought like that was gonna be the fucking run.
Bro,
And then they dropped the ball.
you and me both, because I remember when he came back, like when they sort of repackaged him, and I'm like, well, why does he have like blonde hair now? Like, what's going on? And they hit like the gold standard and everything like that. I was like, yo, this is gonna be his time. They gotta put the world title on him. They gotta give him the Money in the Bank briefcase, do something with him. Because honestly, you could have put that world title on him. When you look back and see some of the people that held that world title, and you're like, this guy held it, but this guy didn't hold it. I say the same thing about MVP. It's a lot of guys that were killing it back then that you're like, yo, they definitely should have got that world title run. And it was definitely a shame that we never got to see Shelton Benjamin. And people always say, like, well, he couldn't talk. That's the reason why he didn't get it. Like, listen to Shelton cut promos, bro. The man has a voice. He knows how to talk.
He knows how to talk. I think what people don't understand is, like, I feel like he's like super passionate, and when you're super passionate about what you love to do, and you're not just saying words to say words or to sound cool, like, it's not always going to come across super smoothly. Like, these last couple promos that he's been doing, like, I can feel what he's saying, like, but he doesn't sound like a robot either. Like, he's saying the shit from his fucking heart. A lot of these other guys out here that people tout and shit, I'm like, they sound like they're literally reading off of a paper. Like, they don't feel what they're saying, but everybody else is going to be like, oh yeah, this guy's so amazing, he's so great, or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. Okay. Like, fuck, like right now, or whatever, you have Ricky Starks just flaming everybody who comes into his path. When he speaks, I believe what he says. I believe everything he fucking says, and he's fucking hilarious. And I may get some hate for this, and I don't really give a shit, because you're not gonna beat my ass. MJF is cool or whatever, but he ain't fucking with Ricky Starks. MJF doesn't believe what the fuck he's saying. He's saying it because, that's his character. He's the bad guy or whatever. But he don't believe the shit he said. He doesn't believe that he's better than you.
You don't.
But Ricky Starks, he is better than you, but he ain't got to tell you that shit.
That's the thing that I like about, like you said about Shelton, about Ricky. They're talking to you like they would talk to you if there wasn't a camera on. They're talking to you in the same tone, in the same cadence that they would talk to you if no one was around. And I think that's something that a lot of people fall into, a lot of wrestlers fall into, with the cliche of like, I got to talk to you like I'm like an 80s wrestler, and I got to do like the whole like, the whole point at you, Hulk Hogan, like Macho Man, Randy Savage, and no disrespect to Macho Man, but time has moved on since then. Like, there's more like reality driven based professional wrestling going on, and you can't like really pull the wool over somebody's eyes and like talk to somebody like that in modern times. Like, now you got to break it down to somebody and like talk to me like you would talk to anybody else. Like, I'm not buying like the whole screaming like for like the whole like, you know what I mean, the cliches.
Yeah.
Don't.
You're screaming the entire time. You're probably not saying anything, but because you're screaming, everybody's like, "Oh, that was amazing."
Yeah, I don't need you sweating trying to get your point across. You know what I mean? Like, sweat is not necessary. Yeah, don't sweat. Don't sweat at me. You sweat at me, man. Like talk, man. You can talk without sweating on me, dog.
That's why Botchamania has the fucking nobody or who talks like that or whatever. Because like for real, who the fuck talks like a lot of these people be fucking talking?
Nobody.
me and all my all my people here. Me and the guys are gonna come get you. I mean, where's the lie? Where's the lie?
Yo,
hey man, that shit was funny. Oh, this is what my man's wanted me to ask you about this. So the Bomaye Cup of the Gods. Hey yo, you had it the whole time.
Yeah, I had it the whole time. I just had to wait for the perfect moment to reveal it.
Yo, that's great. Guess what, y'all? Hey man, tell me about that, man. I just need to, because I'm not really familiar with it. But Can you explain it to me a little bit?
How I got the Opera Cup or the Opera Cup itself?
Yeah, both of them.
Okay, so the Opera Cup has been in the Hart family for like fucking decades, um, uh, and how MLW actually got a hold of it, I don't actually know. But they do a tournament every year, and whoever wins the tournament, they get a shot at the world title. Um, and Davey won it because the league was being some hoes, and they didn't want me to actually be in the tournament. So they were like, "Oh, you can be an alternate. If anybody gets hurt, we'll put you in there." Major disrespect. And Calvin Tankman felt all of that disrespect because I fucked all of his chances of winning the Opera Cup. He wasn't going to win it anyway, but
Mm-hmm.
if he thought he had a chance or whatever, I had to take that away from him. So yeah, Davies bitch ass wins it. The American Puppy wins it, and I think he had a world title match. I believe it was like in North Carolina. He didn't secure the bag, but he still had it. And since he was, creeping up on my tail, I decided to take that from him. And eventually he took my belt from me. But you took something. I took something from you. You took something from me. But we're gonna turn it around, and you took something from me, and I took something from you. That's the story. That's the narrative that I like to.
I am taking the Opera Cup whether you want me to or not.
So now I'm holding it hostage. They're talking about they want to do a tournament again next year. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Just go ahead and just call me the Opera Cup winner. Fuck the fucking tournament or whatever, and give me my goddamn title shot.
You can't run a tournament. I got the cup, dog. Like, no, you can't run. No, we're not doing a tournament. No.
And also, fucking Harry Smith Jr., Davey Boy Smith Jr., whatever the fuck they call that bitch ass nigga these days. Now he's back. He's back in MLW because I guess his last run wasn't great. So I guess he's coming back to redeem himself. And he's mad that I have it. But you know what? Like, you British fucking colonizers took everything from everybody else. So like now it's time to like turn the fucking tables and take some shit from you. And no, your big old chalky white ass can't have it back either. And you think you got to hop into fucking Philly on January 7th to 2300 Arena and you going to stretch me or whatever. But I got something for your ass.
Man,
And
you
about to get stretched in more ways than one.
Yeah,
Pause.
It's all good. You
Put the
check your
pause
swing.
on
You
it,
got
man.
it.
Yo,
Hey,
Justin
hey,
Fields
man,
in here.
Yeah, man. Yo, slide. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to slide before you take that hit. You know what I mean? You got me that got me in goblin mode, man. That's how you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Make them respect you. You know what I'm saying? You want your cup, come get it. Psych. It's my cup now.
Nah, bro.
I'm drinking Hennessy out of this.
Not that dirty old thing. I'll put some ice and a Hennessy bottle in it.
All right.
We ain't drinking shit out that
My
deep.
brother said, "Yo, it's still a pandemic, man."
Yeah.
It most definitely
Straws or not.
is. The panini is not over.
It's never gonna end.
But you've been tearing it up in MLW, like you said. You just faced Davey Richards. You talked about Harry Smith Jr. But who do you think is like your dream opponent? Like that's out like.
In
It could
MLW or
be,
just
and
in
we could
general?
say MLW, and then we could also say in general. So you can give like two answers if you want.
In MLW, I want to wrestle Jacob Fatu before he runs off and makes billions of dollars. I was in a fatal 4-way with him like last year, but we didn't really have too much contact. But I want that one-on-one match with him. He's That's a good dude.
Nice.
And then in general, it may happen, but it also might not happen. But I'm gonna hold on to hope that it will happen. That dream match is against Shelton Benjamin.
I like it.
Yo,
I like it.
suplexes everywhere. just suplexes and
Everywhere.
gun wrenches and
But I get the win. I get the win.
You got to do that, man.
Out with the old, in with the new.
There you go.
All right. Hey, I got a question. I want to ask a real question. This is a quick personal question from me to you because this is a little thing we talk about. We talk about the King of the South, right? And you from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So, who is the King of the South to you?
As far as wrestling goes, or
who's the King of the South? As far as wrestling and everything, like to you, like if you got like, yeah, he's the King of the South.
I have to say AC Mack. As far as wrestling goes, and I don't care if it's AEW, WWE, Impact, it doesn't fucking matter. The fact that AC Mack isn't signed to a major company is fucking insane. Dude is literally the total fucking package. He can talk, he can wrestle. I think it's the whole fucking package. He can talk and he can wrestle. And like he's been snatching belts from everywhere and anywhere. And he's been doing it for so fucking long. And for these companies to not fucking take notice is a crime, in my opinion. It's a fucking crime. Yeah, AC Mack is the king of the fucking South.
Hell yeah.
Anybody who disputes that shit can suck it. Because you're wrong.
Oh.
Every fucking time. You're fucking wrong. If it is not AC fucking Mack, you are wrong.
Heard what the man said. Yo, shout out. That was not. That's great. That was such a great answer. That was not what I was expecting. It makes me like it even more.
Who are you expecting?
I don't know. I was gonna say Ti. They talk about Ti. He from Atlanta.
I don't fuck with Ti.
All right, bro.
I don't fuck with Ti.
Okay,
niggas problematic.
I see that, like, bro. I definitely see that, like, yo, his son pops at a Waffle House, started trouble, and he was like, yo, man, look, he's just jealous of the lifestyle that you live, and you out here living your life, and he's stuck working at Waffle House. I was like, bro, just say your son is being an asshole and be done with it, like, please.
Yes, you say your son's being an asshole. He's one of those parents like, my kid doesn't do anything wrong.
Your kid's scary looking, man. He scares me. The kid scares me. I don't know why, but it scares me,
bro. I'm not gonna shut nobody kid, but he kind of looked like one of the puppets from Fraggle Rock.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about beef. Hey, yo, I want to talk about beef. Let's create some beef. So, Bomaye Fight Club or Blackpool Combat Club fight. You know what we're talking about in a match. You want that?
Those fucking. Oh, fuck yeah! I want that. I want all of the smoke from anybody who's willing to bring that.
Any group that want it.
Oh,
You got to strike while it's hot too. You know what I'm saying? Because they breaking up. You know what I'm saying? They having their little How Boys moment right now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to catch. You got to catch them. You got to catch them early. Yeah, I want to see y'all. I want to see. Yeah, man.
Some white boys on national television. I mean, and they can't arrest them.
Oh boy, bro!
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man,
I'd be crazy not to.
That's what you need, man. Look, you just doing the Lord's work. You know what I'm
saying? You damn right. The sun's just shining down on me.
Yeah. But speaking of AEW and everything like that, do you ever see yourself, going to AEW or WWE or branching out?
That is one of the. I mean, growing up as a kid, WWE was the goal, but since AEW is now on the scene, like that's the goal. The goal is to make this my living, and either place can do that for me. So whomever is interested, call your boy in a year.
Yo, because like NXT is like, it feels like a little bit different than it was. What are your thoughts on like what they got going on in NXT?
I like that they're very character focused now. There's not just. I mean, I love the Black and Gold brand. Um, like a lot of I guess the stars that were created in that environment, and just the gritty feel that it had to it. I'm always gonna miss that. But like now they have like actual characters that they can kind of like plug in certain places, um, and I feel like everybody is really getting that chance to shine, and I feel like um, since there's more storylines going on, and it's not just the same people every fucking go around. Um, you're getting to see like more progression, and people are moving. People, I feel like people are moving to the main roster a lot faster, but they're actually ready to be there because the main roster isn't this whole other world that it used to be. Like NXT Black and Gold was like its own separate universe, and then the main roster was its own separate universe. And when you tried to bring somebody over, it was like, who is this person? Or like uh, they get completely repackaged. So now, like the characters that are being developed in NXT right now, they can just be dropped in, bam, and it's plug and play, ready to
Yeah.
go. So I like what they're doing. At first, with like the color change and all that stuff, I was like, I don't know. But like watching things develop, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking awesome.
But you're 100% right about how like they completely like switch things up and they're giving people a character, because as much as I like, wrestlers for being like wrestlers, like this guy can do this guy's a great technical wrestler, he's a great submissions artist, but that isn't the WWE style, like so to speak. Like you have to have like a character, not like a whole gimmick, but you have to have like a sort of like a character so people can kind of latch on to who you are. Like as much as like everybody loves,
Yeah, you got to be
yeah,
relatable. Like, okay, we'll take Pete Dunne for instance, or whatever. He bruiserweight or whatever. He beats the shit out of people. He knocks people out. He chokes people out or whatever. That in the Black and Gold NXT, that works because it's like this tight knit community. When you put somebody on a main stage like Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, like with the amount of sharks that are in that fucking pond, that's not gonna carry you very far.
mm,
You got to have something else. I know people hated the whole like Butch thing or whatever. One, he was cool with it. Two, I think it allowed him to bring a little bit of personality to the screen. Um, and I think he's back being Pete Dunne. Is he back being Pete Dunne now?
he's
I haven't watched. I haven't sat down and like
when it
really
comes to
watched the show.
like the wrestling style, he wrestles like he was like when he was Pete Dunne. He still has the name, but he has like they kind of toned down the kind of like scrapper dude character that he's doing, and
Mhm.
he's been like about half and half. Like they've kind of given him like the Pete Dunne in NXT mixed with like the Butch character, so it's like it's the best of both sides. So I feel like that's working for him right now.
So now he has a mix. Now he has something for people to latch on to, whether they hate him or they love him, and it's something for him to eat off of instead of just being like, okay, I'm just gonna go out here and punch people in the face and be a badass and beat people up.
Yeah,
Facts, bro.
everybody needs a little character. Even though, I mean, the only character you really need is to bend people's fingers back and break them. That's the most gangster. That's the most gangster shit. But if the way we talk about Pete Dunne on this show, dog, every time I said somebody about to get their fingers broken. That's how many people's in this match. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that's gonna be 20 sets of fingers. You know what I'm saying? 20 fingers gone. Somebody will get their foot stomped. They gonna get slammed. They gonna get power bombed on the edge of the thing. He's gonna look at you. Anybody that wrestles in a mouthpiece, man, is the most. That's why when you say Kurt Angle for one of your favorite wrestlers, like when he was just putting his mouthpiece in his mouth and throwing people everywhere, I was like, yeah, who's gonna beat this cat?
And motherfuckers always like, what is it? Terry Funk didn't wear a mouthpiece. I don't give a fuck. I mean, Terry Funk, legend. I don't give a fuck if he didn't wear a goddamn mouthpiece or whatever. That's cool. I'm gonna wear this motherfucking mouthpiece, and I'm gonna beat your ass with it too.
Take my teeth.
And not for nothing. I feel like if Terry Funk had thought about it in the long run, he'd probably have been like, "Yo,"
he probably would have.
Mouthpiece.
He wrestled he a real one. He wrestled in a stocking cap.
He probably would.
Wrestled in pantyhose. So he had to keep his waves down. You know what I mean? You got time to worry about no mouthpiece. We got to make sure my hair is good. We got to ask the blackest of black questions that we always got to ask black people. Your favorite Friday, next Friday, or Friday after next?
Friday.
It was the only one that was an actual real like movie.
He hit that nigga with a brick. He hit that nigga with a brick.
Bro.
You should have been
iconic. You know, actually, fucking spoiler. There's whenever the last Philly tapings air, and I don't know which episode it'll be. It'll probably be the last one, but it might be the first one. You might get lucky. I actually get to slap a fan in the face with a fucking Philly cheesesteak, and it was the most exhilarating thing I've ever done in my life.
That sounds amazing, bro.
The only regret I have that I wish I would have opened it. I still had like the wrap, the paper and stuff on it, and I slapped them with it. But I really wish I'd opened it. But they really are like really fucking like greasy and gross. So I was like, let me not get this on my
smart man. Yo, definitely a smart man. But we gonna ask you a few more, and then we gonna let you go. You made a post back December of last year that's saying you wanted to wrestle more black talent in 2022. How do you feel about the landscape of black wrestlers, and do you feel like you achieved that goal?
I will go with the second part of the question. I mean, not as much as I would have liked. I feel like people just a lot of that post was just motherfuckers like stroking their own ego or whatever. Because a lot of motherfuckers like, oh, is Court gonna let you do like, nigga? Court doesn't fucking control my goddamn bookings. If you want this work, come get this fucking work. I wish I mean, I got to wrestle. I got to wrestle a few over here and there. Like I got to wrestle AC Mack for the IWTV World Title, which meant a lot to me because I wrestled him at the end of my first year, and the match was. I still can't watch that match back. It was not it. So getting to do that was really really dope. As far as the landscape of black wrestling within wrestling goes, I feel like as a whole we ticker up, we get to a certain point, and then somebody just like pulls the ring out from under us or whatever, and then we kind of gotta like start over a little bit. And then as far as just I guess in the grand scope of things, as far as like indie wrestling goes, it's fucking weird that you have as far as Reg's list goes, you have 500 or whatever. You have a list of 500 fucking wrestlers, black wrestlers out here, but there are still show cards all throughout the fucking United States that is just mayo. It's just mayo. Just all mayo. No disrespect to white people. We love white people. I love white people. But these bookers, I don't know if y'all don't like to make money, if y'all don't think that black people don't want, like little black kids don't watch wrestling. Like, I don't know what it is. But it's starting to become a little offensive that, we're some of the most talented motherfuckers out here, but y'all really aren't fucking with us. Like, you'll have a few here and there when it should be like, it should be a fucking blanket in this motherfucker. Like, white people done had the fucking they've been in the sun this entire fucking time, getting cooked, getting fucking cooked. But you rarely give black wrestlers that same light. You'll give it to us in fucking February or when something crazy happens in society, but it's not a normal fucking thing. Like this whole world champion debate, WWE championship debate. Like, yes, we got Bobby, we got Kofi, we got Big E. That's cool. But the fact that it's still shocking and surprising is an issue. It should be a normal fucking thing. It shouldn't just be, oh, okay, we're going to do this now or whatever. Maybe they'll shut up. Maybe they'll shut up. And then we'll go back to our bullshit, back to our bullshit, back to our bullshit. Somebody says something, it gains some traction. Oh shit, we got to do it again. When it should just be a normal thing. It should be just like Roman Reigns winning the title, or Seth Rollins winning the title, or Kevin Owens, or any of these other motherfuckers winning the goddamn title. It should just be a normal thing that happens. Yeah. It's professional wrestling. It's supposed to be an escape from society, but y'all niggas is over here bringing in society into the escape.
Yeah, like
that's a problem.
Like earlier we talked about. No, man, you summed it up perfectly, because like what you said. There's a lot of black wrestlers over the amount of time, like we said earlier, Shelton Benjamin. There's no reason he shouldn't have got the world title. There's no reason MVP shouldn't have got the world title. And there's a bunch of other wrestlers, black wrestlers who should have gotten that push, who were selling the merchandise, who were like bringing in the viewership and everything like that, that didn't get those chances. And now you look back on and you're like, yo, if they would have been today, they probably would have gotten it. And it's like, no, they should have got it back then too.
Like I've listened to interview, like I listened to one with Steve Austin, and I think X-Pac too, and just like a few other guys. Like, oh, I only see Shelton as an intercontinental guy. I'm like, why? Because like there's a lot of guys that have gotten the WWE championship that can't talk to save their fucking lives, but lo and behold, they still got the fucking shot. Like, just like speaking of Shelton Benjamin himself, that man has been over his entire fucking career. There has never been a point in that man's career where he has not been over with your fucking fan base. Not a time. Mama Benjamin was fucking that. Like, I guess as a kid, I was like, this is kind of weird or whatever. But when I go back and watch it now, that was pure fucking gold.
Funny.
It was
pure fucking gold. And then without that, like, if your issue really is like you don't like how he talks, okay, give him a fucking manager. That's what you did for fucking Brock Lesnar. And last time I checked, from all the interviews that I've watched, Shelton Benjamin used to out-wrestle Brock Lesnar any fucking way.
Yo.
I'll tell you that.
There's so much they could have done for Shelton that they just didn't do.
And the fact that you could just name them all at once, you know what I'm saying? That's the problem. You say, like, we had, you say, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Kofi, Ron Simmons. Like, we just named them all just now.
Like, it should, like, the history should be extensive, but it's not.
Two Cold Scorpio should have been champion at least 16 times.
Fuck yes. Fuck
Flash
yes.
Funk, man.
Here goes Two Cold Scorpio!
All right, like, CJ, you got any more?
Hey, man, you've been great. You guys,
come on,
man. Well, man, Do you have a sports team that makes you sick? Because I have two. I just need to vent with somebody.
I don't. This is gonna sound weird, but I guess ever since I started wrestling, I stopped watching sports. Because there was a point in time where Fox was like, "You got to become obsessed with this to be good at it," and I took that to heart, and I never went back. But vent. I'm all open ears, but vent.
I'm in a toxic relationship with the Raiders, and I don't know what I should do. And I figured the Suplex Assassin could give me some advice. That's all I really wanted to ask.
Suplex the head coach.
Didn't I say that last week, y'all?
Who else? Is the quarterback trash?
No, they're hanging in there, man. The coach is new, but he sucked. And Derek Carr, he be trying, but he be sucking sometimes. And there we go.
Suplex them both. Double Germans off the top rope to the outside. That'll scramble their brains, and maybe they'll start, working as a cohesive
team bonding with suplexes. Yo, I feel better now.
Damn right.
Yo,
I'm done, man.
Thanks, Suplex Assassin,
bro. I got two more questions for you.
Run it.
First one. What did your parents think when you told them that you wanted to be a wrestler?
My parents have always been super supportive. I think when I first told my dad, we were watching Monday Night Raw. It was Taker versus Jeff Hardy for the Undisputed Championship. That ladder match where Jeff Hardy got the brakes beat off of him. But I look back at my dad and I was like, yo, that's what I'm going to do with my life. And he was like, well, if you put in the work and you never let anybody stop you, you can get that shit done. And then my mom's always been my biggest fan. So she was just like, you better be the best at it. You better be the best at it, or I'm gonna let you know that you are trash. That woman is so honest. And like even like now they're super proud of me. Like my dad, he's always telling his work friends and stuff like that. Like, yo, my son's a wrestler. Like, check this out. So it's really fun.
I love it. And I already know, like, there's no more honesty. No one's gonna be honest with you like the way a black mother's gonna be honest with you. I remember like one time, like I bought this fucked up car. My mom was like, "Yo, if you like, don't buy it because it's gonna be fucked up. Like it's gonna be a lemon." I bought it, and she was right. She didn't hesitate to call me and tell me, like, I was right, right? You should have listened to me, right? So a mother's honesty.
But go ahead and tell me that I was.
Oh, they
right.
want to hear that shit, bro.
Tell me that
they want to hear that shit.
Hey man. Hey yo, that's so. Hey yo, and there's nothing more proud too there's nothing more proud than a black dad showing off with some people at work. Like, look at my son, throw this nigga around. Look at him.
He's a beast. He's a monster.
Look, this is a montage. This is something called a montage. I just figured that out. Look, 15 suplexes at once. Look at that. 15 different people. Look at that. What's your son do? He don't do that? Yeah, I know you don't. I got one more question. You got a question, Ben? I got one more.
Right. No, you go ahead.
And other than yourself, who's the best Kane? And it could be spelled CAIN too.
Damn.
I'm just gonna say me.
I already know who mine is. Like after you, I already know. That was
Big
my
Daddy
answer.
There's a lot of people named Alex Kane. There's a lot of people named
Bro,
Alex Kane. I'm the only black one, but still.
You ain't never lied, bro. Cause like when we were like setting up to do the interview, I was like, I like to, do research on who, we're gonna be talking to. I like to know do a little bit of checkup work before we get into it. And all I saw were these white guys wearing glasses. I was like, I know this isn't him. I know that's not him.
Suplex Assassin? No, man. This ain't. He got glasses on? No, this ain't him. He ain't got no mouthpiece or nothing.
Man. This guy over here, substitute teacher. Like I know damn well that ain't him.
So many writers and politicians. I can't even vanity search myself on Twitter anymore because there's a fucking porn star with my name. So it's just like Alex Kane pops up, just this white chick getting railed, and I'm just like,
that's not
that's enough internet for me. Just looking on that, it's like, yo, man, that's enough for me today. It's enough Twitter.
Don't this. Thanks a lot, Elon.
Yo, definitely need you to suplex Elon.
Fuck that guy.
Put him on the suplex list. We're gonna let's make a suplex list.
Gladly. I'm a suplex him off the goddamn building. And I'm gonna survive. He won't. I'll survive.
Yo, absolutely, bro. Wouldn't have it any other way. Because he been
You had one other question. What is that
bro.
question?
You sidetrack. Last question. What are your goals for 2023?
Win the MLW World Title. Wrestle more black wrestlers. So if any promoters, especially the black ones who are listening to this podcast, book your fucking boy. I'm worth it. I'm definitely worth it. Book me against your top black wrestlers. I'm gonna beat their ass, but yeah, book me against the top black wrestlers.
I love it. But
this is fun.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, this was really fun, bro. Like we said, we like to make the interviews fun for ourselves and the listeners, but we also like to make it entertaining for whoever we're interviewing. Because I remember seeing Hammerstone make a tweet. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm not doing no more podcasts or anything because all y'all ask me the same exact questions." And that's what we always said. We're we want to ask questions that you're not gonna hear on a regular wrestling podcast. You know what I mean? And you came through and gave us the answers, every answer that we were looking for, and more. And we're just and more.
But we bonded over our hatred of Eddie Winslow, and then I figured that they were all best friends now. And
we're all homies.
100%, bro. Is there any, before we get out of here, is there anything you want to plug? Let the people know that you're doing.
Follow me on fucking Twitter. I don't know why your motherfuckers is out here with the bullshit with Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. It's all the Suplex Assassin or something suplex related, but you'll see my fucking face. Don't add me on Facebook. I have 239 requests, and I'm still trying to figure out if I know half of these motherfuckers. Merchandise is on MLWshop.com and brainbustertees.com. A lot of dope shit on there. Go check that shit out. January 7th, 2300 Arena. Alex Kane versus bitch boy Davey Boy Smith Jr. I'll beat that nigga ass from pillar to fucking post. And like I said before, he gonna get stretched in more ways than once. Pause. Church say amen. What else do I have? I think that's all I have. That's all my plugs. That's all my plugs.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, also, book Alex Kane. Alex Kane bookings at gmail.com. My shit should be bumping. It's not right now. I have certain OGs that always try to tell me, hey, you got to let them know that things are happening, even if they're not fucking happening, because you got to make yourself valuable. Fuck that shit. My shit should be fucking booming, and it's not. And y'all niggas is playing games. Y'all motherfuckers always talking about how cool Alex Kane is, how great of a wrestler Alex Kane is, but y'all motherfuckers ain't spending the money on bringing Alex Kane in. That is a problem. So get to it. Open your motherfucking checkbooks. Y'all can bring in some. Y'all always bring in whack ass niggas all the fucking time. How about you bring in some motherfucking talent that can make your locker room better and whomever you put me up against better? Okay. We trying to help. We trying to spread the love and also suplex a bunch of motherfuckers in the goddamn process. Okay?
Yeah, man.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Book
Alex Kane.
Alex Kane.
But don't send nobody over there that you want back.
I am that nigga.
Him. All right. Get him suplex. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. You got to create a him suplex. I don't know what it is. Like one of them tags when we used to grab you by like this and shit. It just, you know what I'm saying?
The him flex.
Bro. That's it. That's money right there. The himplex, bro.
The himplex.
Yo, trademark that. Trademark that definitely. But you know what? Never mind. You right, bro. If anybody tries to steal it, you just pull up on the location, man.
I'm gonna pull up this podcast and be like, "We said it right here."
First
proof.
Like Will Smith in that one meme. I said it first.
That's great,
bro. Yo. But yeah, definitely, bro. But once again, we were happy to have you. Anytime you want to pull up or anything like that, just let us know.
Yeah, come back.
We'll definitely make it happen. We definitely want to, kick it with you again. But we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. If you on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, any of the social media platforms, you can follow us at The Enemies PE3. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Public Enemies Podcast. CJ, you have anything you want to plug?
Nah, man, just follow us. You know what I mean? Keep supporting Black people, and especially these Black people that's on this screen right now. You know what I mean? Shout out to our boy Graham, you know what I'm saying? At Oh My God Graham, you know what I'm saying? The master of the church emoji, you know what I'm saying? And yo, I'm saying Suplex Assassin, come back, dog. You gotta come back. It's gonna be lit.
I'm coming back.
It's gonna be lit.
Definitely.
Do we follow each other on TikTok?
We gotta see.
I don't know, but yes, we'll definitely gotta fix that. Definitely, most definitely.
Yo, that's litty. Hey, yo, man, tell everybody to get at us, dog. You know what I'm saying? We're saying 3 kings in the building, you know what I mean?
3 motherfucking kings! And that is on! Bomaye! Bomaye! Bomaye!
That's the only way to end it, and we're out of here.